I pretty much did get scammed. Hello you guys, welcome back to another video and welcome back to another Unemployed Diaries vlog. I think this is number 5 in this series, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a mini series that I'm doing here on my YouTube channel. I did the Disney College program, and so I'm wearing one of my many purchases that I made on that trip and that internship. But because I'm home, I'm currently looking for a job, and so I've been vlogging my daily life, trying to get a job and doing things around the house to kind of just keep myself busy. And we're going to be doing a lot of that today and the next couple of days. But I wanted to tell you that I do have many updates since our last Unemployed Diaries vlog. It's been a couple of weeks since I've posted one, but that's just because I've been trying to find little ways to pre-film stuff because we're moving, which is so exciting. We don't have the apartment absolutely locked down yet. We still have to wait for my fiance to get his final offer letter for his new job, but he is in fact in the running and will be starting his new job on June 2nd, which means we have to be in an apartment in the next 3 weeks. Today is May 13th, I think, as I'm filming this. So you're watching this week. The next couple of videos will be moving content. For today, we're going to be doing a little bit of packing and prepping, but not a whole lot because I'm going to do a dedicated video to that. Today we're doing a lot of other random things around the house, some decluttering, some obviously applying for jobs, and just some organizing of my spaces because we are going to start moving all of my belongings from my old apartments downstairs and figure out what we need to bring now, what we can bring in later, because we're only moving 3 hours away from my house. We have the ability to come back if we need to, and we're probably not going to be able to move everything all at once. So we're going to move all of the essential things in the next couple of videos. So stay tuned for that. We are so excited. I'm going to reveal where we're going to be moving and all of that later. But for right now, I do have quite the update and a story time on what happened right after I filmed my last clip of my last Unemployed Diaries video. I'm going to try and make this very fast because my battery is running low. So I'm going to probably end up having to replace it during this little section. But I wanted to give you guys the full rundown, the tea on what happened, because it is quite the roller coaster. So in my last clip of my last vlog, I talked about how I had an interview that week. I hadn't really heard anything back from them. Hopefully by the next video, I'll have an update for you guys as far as job stuff, but they still have not contacted me at all. As soon as I hit stop recording on my camera, I got a phone call from them and they said, hey, do you have the time today to maybe do a portfolio review with us? And I was like, sure, I guess. I end up getting changed, putting on a nice little business casual top up look, doing a little bit of makeup and all of that. And I sit on the computer and I'm waiting for them to send me the link to do the video call or whatever. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. We ended up sitting on my computer for about 3 hours just waiting. So that was a little bit of a red flag. And the reason why I'm pointing that out is for later, okay? We are still unemployed. Just getting that out there. I end up doing the portfolio review the next day, that Monday. I finished that video on a Friday, and then I was like, you know what? I don't have the ability, I don't have the time. Tonight we were supposed to be doing stuff with my family, so I was like, we're just gonna do it on Monday. Is that okay with you? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So Monday rolls around. I'm all ready again, and he gets online immediately. I was like, okay, good. At least there's that, because he knew that his Fridays were busy from HR, and yet he still wanted to meet with me on a Friday, so that was a little weird. But on Monday, we ended up doing the portfolio review. It lasted half an hour. I didn't even show him my entire portfolio and he was like, yeah, you're good. We like it. So I'll definitely let you know by the end of the day if you're gonna get it or not. And I was like, okay. He didn't even see the bulk of my stuff. I just showed him the stuff that I thought was most relevant to the position. So my web design stuff and my marketing stuff. Everything else that I had done, the majority of my projects were print graphic design based, and he didn't want to see any of it. So I was like, okay, I guess. So it took half an hour, 35 minutes or so to do that. I got the call saying I got the job, and I was like, heck yeah, let's do this thing. They start sending me emails on onboarding things and whatever. And the more that I'm doing that, the more I'm realizing this feels fishy. Why are they wanting me to send my banking information over Teams, Microsoft Teams? And they told me with the offer letter, they were like, yeah, you're gonna have to buy this kind of equipment, and nothing really matched. They wanted me to get a Samsung phone, an iPad, and they were gonna send me a company branded HP printer. It was just a lot of really crazy weird stuff that was going on, and I started realizing, I was like, maybe this is suspicious because they wanted me to buy some of the equipment before I was even working with them. They were like, you're gonna need this for your first week, and I was like, okay, so you're gonna reimburse me? And they were like, yeah, once you buy your stuff. And I was like, that's weird, that's suspicious.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
So we ended up looking up the company and whether or not they did like scams and stuff, and I found a Reddit thread. I know Reddit is Reddit, but sometimes there are some truths on there that are very helpful and insightful. So we found a couple of articles on Reddit and other places of this exact company with the exact person name dropped from the stuff that I was doing through the interview process. Like the person that I was doing the like Teams interview with, she was name dropped. And I was like, same exact wording on everything, as if she copied and pasted it from 5 days ago. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold the phone. The unfortunate part is that I gave them some of my sensitive information, like my address. That was a bad idea, and I didn't really realize how in-depth this was until it was too late. Luckily, my family has LifeLock, so my identity is like secure and all of that, thank God. I did end up getting new bank numbers just in case. We're all situated, we're all fine. I haven't heard a peep from them since. It's been 2 weeks. If it was legit, which I know it wasn't, they were supposed to have sent me all of the equipment that they were going to be sending me last week, and I never heard a peep from them. So be mindful if you're looking for jobs, especially if you're looking for things like marketing, graphic design stuff, because a lot of them are scams. And I almost got scammed. I pretty much did get scammed. With that said, we are still unemployed. That was a crazy side quest that I had to deal with, which is why you didn't see a whole bunch of vlogging content on it, because from going to, I have a job I'm starting in 2 weeks, to wait, this job is a scam, all in the span of like 10 minutes. It was just a lot, so I decided to take a break from the vlogging and just to sit down videos for a couple weeks. So I did a tour of my Disney College Program scrapbook junk journal situation. That was my last video, and then the video before that, I started getting back into my self-care hygiene content because I was like, we're just waiting for stuff to happen at this point. So I did update that video from a couple years ago. So that video is up. If you're from my hygiene, self-care, body care content way back when, let me know, because I love you for that, and I love that you stuck around for 3 years. But that is what we are at now. I'm still unemployed, but we are fortunate enough to be able to live off of his income solely until I get a job, and it's gonna be fine. We're in a pretty good place as far as finances go, so thank God for that, and thank God for him, and the job that he got is an absolute steal. I'm so grateful and I'm so proud of him for getting this job, because it is so much better than we were expecting, like by a lot. So because of that, we are going to be moving. We have a lot of things going on now, which is fun. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of self-care body care content because we're just out here doing the moving stuff now, which is craziness. So I'm so excited to bring those videos to you guys and do all of the apartment hunting, shopping, decorating, all of the things. I have an apartment hunting video coming in a couple of weeks, maybe even the next video after this one. That is the Ranty update, and I hope you guys enjoyed the like FaceTime tea session that I just did, because it's been a bit of a crazy time over here. So anyway, that's where we are. I have a list of things to do today that I would hope to get done, at least most of it, so that we can start getting the ball rolling on organizing and prepping for moving. So this is the list of things to do today. We have start filming my video for the week. Done. Easy peasy. We have apply to 3 jobs. I want to apply to jobs every day during the next like couple of weeks leading up to me moving. So we're going to do that words. Anyway, we're gonna do that pretty much every day in this vlog. We have to clean my makeup brushes. That's something that needs to be done like immediately, because it's been like a month and they kind of need it desperately. So we're gonna do that. And then we're also going to go into the back room next to me here. There's like a little office space. If you're here for my work from home days, you'll recognize the room, but we're going to be organizing and going through all of my kitchen supplies in particular, because we're gonna need all of it pretty much when we move. He's always lived with his family, so he's never lived on his own before. He doesn't have his own kitchen supplies to bring in, and I have pretty much all of that. So we're gonna go through my little stash of stuff, not little, my large stash of stuff in the next room, and bring some things downstairs to kind of have everything all in one place, because we have this one room downstairs where my brother and I use for moving. So whether we're moving in or out, or just like keeping things kind of separated and together at the same time, it's just a nice way to kind of figure out what I have and what we're going to be bringing. So we're going to bring all of my kitchen stuff downstairs and figure out what we're bringing for our first initial move, and then we'll go from there as far as like ancillary random things. Oh, and I also have to film something for short form, potentially. Maybe we'll do that today. That's not something that needs to be done like immediately. It's just something that I like would like to have done so that I can like post stuff while we're moving and things. So that is the plan. First up, let's go and apply to some jobs so that I can get that part out of the way, and we can do a lot of the other random cleaning, organizing things that we're planning on doing today. so productive today. I'm actually really proud of myself, but now we're going to tackle the thing that I have been procrastinating all day, and that is dealing with the pile. This pile of things is all from my old Clemson apartment that needs to come with me to my new place. But the problem is everything is in so many bags and boxes that I don't know what is where. So we're gonna have to go through this a little bit at a time and bring things downstairs. I want to find all of my kitchen supplies first because I feel like that's the most important thing. Everything else we can kind of just get as we get it, but we need to get all of my kitchen things downstairs so that we can use them like pretty much immediately. So I have a couple of appliances. I have a toaster oven and I have a blender, like a Ninja blender. Everything else is basically just like ancillary supplies like oven mitts, plates, silverware, towels, utensils for cooking, things like that. So those are all pretty much all in one bin, I think. I don't exactly know because I looked at this like 6 months ago. So, not 6 months ago, like 3 months ago when I came back from my Disney program. But still, I have to go through these a little bit at a time and figure out what I'm bringing, what I'm not bringing. So we're going to start off by taking my big toaster oven downstairs because that is sitting over there right now behind the camera. So I'm gonna go bring that downstairs, and then from there, we're just going to go through the pile and see what we find, and hopefully it doesn't take, like I said, a super duper long time because it might. I'm going to use my laundry basket as a transportation vessel to put all of my kitchen stuff in. Hopefully everything fits. We'll just have to see. I also forgot, I have a Keurig that we're bringing too. I knew there was another appliance. I got warm going up and down the steps with all of my things, so we put on a nice little athletic tank top. But we are at this point right now, so you can see I got this 18-piece Rachel Ray set for, I think it was Christmas. My fiance Zeke and I both got this as like our little Christmas gift as a unit. So we have that. We have our toaster oven here from my great aunt, as well as all of my other random kitchen supplies that I had throughout the years at college. I do have more to go through, mostly because the reason why I have the toaster oven is because my great aunt passed away a couple months ago, and so I'm going to be using a lot of her old things. And I know it sounds bad, but the timing was pretty much perfect. Like we weren't stuck with a whole bunch of things because I'm going to be using them and taking them away, so hopefully we can give them a little bit of a next life. But when my great aunt passed, we basically gutted her kitchen. I took her like tabletop appliances, so the toaster oven, and I'm also taking a bunch of her like silverware and cookware and stuff. So we're gonna go into the closet now and pull out all of my great aunt's old things and see what we have to work with. I think I have a lot more than I'm bargaining for. I know that I have a whole thing of silverware. I know that I have a whole thing of like nice glass plates. I know I have at least like 4 Pyrex pans, like casserole dishes and stuff. So we're just gonna go through that closet and look at her inventory and see what we have, because I don't know if we're gonna need it all like immediately, but it's still nice to know what I have and what I need to buy. So I'm gonna probably bring everything else in here so that's all in one place, and we'll kind of see what the kitchen inventory is looking like. Good morning, you guys. Happy Wednesday. I think this video is just going to be from yesterday and today, just so that I have the time to edit and upload and all of that for you guys, and so that this video is not years long. But today is going to be kind of a filled, productive day. Firstly, we're going to obviously be applying for jobs because that's something that like absolutely needs to happen. I'm hoping to get the job stuff out of the way by like 11:30 or so. Right now it is 10:30 on the dot basically. And then from there, we're doing something very exciting. We are going to be applying for an apartment. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so exciting. I really, really hope we get this place because Zeke and I absolutely fell in love with it. So we're hoping to get that situated and out of the way. We're going to do our little FaceTime and productivity meeting and apply for this apartment together this morning. So that's gonna be fun and exciting. We're doing that in like an hour or so. And then from there, I might stay on the phone with him while he like goes to work and whatever. But this afternoon, we're going to be really cracking down on the rest of my apartment things over here because I have some bathroom stuff that could be brought with us. I also have to go through through like my bedding bags, because I did bring a lot of my bedding from my college apartment to Disney, but I left all of my bedding stuff in Disney because it was just kind of on its last legs. We need to get new bedding anyway, but I do have like pillows and pillowcases and shams and stuff in there that I need to go through and potentially like give away the pillowcases for. So we have to go through all of that today. Hopefully we'll be able to do it without having to deal with my brother in there, because he is currently taking some online classes for the summer. But yeah, that's kind of the whole gist of today. We're going to spend a lot of time today going through all of my apartment stuff and obviously applying for the apartment. And if we have time, I might go through my bookshelf over here, because I have some books that are like scholarship books from 2020 that obviously are not relevant or needed anymore. So we're gonna go through those, maybe throw those away, maybe go through my fiction books as well, because I don't really read books anymore. So I'm gonna go through those books and give them away, or maybe figure out some donation piles and do that. So that is kind of the plan. Hopefully we can get to the bookshelf today. If not, it's not a big deal. It's kind of on the back burner for today. We do absolutely need to go through my apartment things though, so that the rest of the week can be spent maybe going and buying things that are kind of filling in the gaps. So that is the idea for today. Let's go ahead and get this day started by applying to some jobs. It is about 3:15 right now, which means that it's been like 3.5 to 4 hours since I last talked to you guys. And that is largely because I was chatting with my fiance about the apartment things. We were not able to fully submit our applications because we ran into a bit of a technical difficulty for some reason. Whenever it asked for identity verification, he went in to take a picture of his license and then take a picture of himself, but there wasn't a camera button to take a picture of himself. So it took a picture of him like from the forehead up. So his face was not in the picture. So he's kind of locked out of his application until they can rework it on the back end. So we're just kind of in waiting mode until they email us saying that, okay, try this again, because he's already gotten another link saying that you can retake it, and it just automatically used his old picture. He didn't even get to take a new picture. So it's just been a bit of a glitchy situation. So we're hoping that today they'll be able to fix that, because the application is only open for a day. Tomorrow, the 15th, I think is what it said, the quote expires. So hopefully that won't cause us any issues if we have to do another application, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to figure it out. The good part is that our leasing agent has been great. She's been very helpful. So hopefully she'll be able to fix it on the back end and send us a new link. If we have to do the application over again, so be it, we will, but hopefully that doesn't make us the annoying couple that's trying to get things to work and it just won't work. That is the situation with the apartment. So I think now we're going to go into the next room again and look through the rest of my belongings from my Clemson apartment and figure out what we can give away, what we're gonna bring with us, and all of that. So let's head to the next room and get all of that situated, just so that I don't have to think about it, and maybe at the end of the week or something I can go out to like TJ Maxx or Belk's or something and get us like some sheets and towels and things. Everything showered, skincare up, all of the things. We basically are ready for bed. I've even brushed my teeth, but I've decided, even though it's 10 o'clock at night, we're going to tackle the bookshelf, because I feel like I have the energy to, and it's just been an itch in my brain that I need to scratch and get out of the way. So we're going to do that now, and I'm just going to basically pull out pretty much everything in this bookshelf, like these bottom 3 shelves. I think a lot of this is going to be given away and stuff, so we're just going to make some piles of things to either trash or give away, and then from there, I guess tomorrow I'll take them downstairs and kind of put them in piles. But I want to at least get this done so that my brain can just rest for a little while, and I'm so excited to see how much space I have in here. I'm going to feel a little bit bad, especially with some of these books up here, because they were gifts, but I didn't read them. I never really was interested in them, except for like the Cinder series back here, but I read that in like middle school and I don't need them anymore. So we're gonna give them to some kids that might want to read them, and we're just gonna go through this kind of rapid fire. I'm probably not even gonna talk. I'm just gonna kind of do it mindlessly because some of these things, like I have a scholarship book down here, the Ultimate Scholarship Book 2020 edition. It is 5 years later. I don't need this anymore. So we're going to make some piles to either trash, recycle, or give away, donate, that kind of thing. And we're just gonna hopefully make this last as little time as possible. Let's finish this day out strong with a good old declutter. In my bookshelf, but I do. So you guys have pretty much gave away my entire bookshelf. I went through all of my books and I realized that I wasn't going to really read any of them. So I put them all in bags to be given away because they're just going to take up space in my bookshelf otherwise. And if I'm not going to be living here anymore, they're not really doing any good. So we're going to give them away to better homes. I still have to go through the bookshelf behind me here, but I do read a couple of these already. Like these are sometimes like nonfiction type books. So I'm going to go through that later, probably tomorrow off camera or whatever, but I still have a really good feeling about the amount of space that I have now. I can take stuff out of my desk, like maybe put my journals in there now. It's gonna be good. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this really random, ranty, all over the place kind of vlog. If you liked it, please leave a like. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe down below for more from me. Like I said, we're gonna be having some moving content coming, and then we're gonna have some wedding planning content coming, and I'm so excited for that era. It's gonna be so much fun. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.